Fast forward 20 years. One is launching a startup funded by family connections and early investments that quietly compounded for a decade. The other is juggling part-time jobs and student loans, trying to get a foot in the same door. We call the first one talented. We call the second one behind. But what if the race was tilted long before either of them could walk? There's a hidden system in modern economies. It doesn't wear a uniform, it doesn't pass laws, it doesn't announce itself. But it quietly decides who becomes an early winner and who spends years just trying to catch up. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Right now, we live in an era obsessed with speed. Overnight success, teenage millionaires, early retirement at 35, get rich before 30 threads, and viral startup stories. The narrative says work hard, learn skills, take risks, and you'll win. And yes, effort matters, but effort alone doesn't explain why some people start compounding at 18 while others are still digging out of zero at 28. Because the system that decides early winners isn't motivation, it's access. Access to capital, access to information, access to networks, access to risk tolerance. And access compounds faster than effort ever can. Let's break this down step by step. Step 1. Capital. Money makes money. That's not controversial, but timing changes everything. Imagine two people invest $10,000 in the stock market earning 8% annually. One starts at 20, one starts at 30. By 60, the first person has roughly $217,000. The second, around $100,000. Same amount, same return, same discipline. The only difference was 10 years. Time is a force multiplier. Now here's the uncomfortable part. Not everyone has $10,000 at 20. Some people have college funds invested since childhood. Some inherit portfolios. Some receive help with rent so they can invest their income. Others start adulthood with negative net worth, student debt, credit card debt, family obligations. The hidden system isn't just about how much you earn, it's about when you can start compounding. Early capital creates early momentum, and early momentum creates visible talent. Step 2. Information. In theory, information is free. We have the internet. But there's a difference between information and actionable insight. If your parents talk about ETFs at dinner, you learn markets by osmosis. If your family owns property, you learn leverage before algebra. If you grow up hearing avoid debt unless it builds assets, you internalize financial structure. But if your financial education is trial and error, mistakes are expensive. The hidden system passes down invisible knowledge. Tax optimization, equity compensation, how venture capital works, how to negotiate salary, how to structure ownership. None of this is taught widely, but it changes trajectories dramatically. Step 3. Networks. Rarely do opportunities travel through public announcements. They travel through people. Internships, angel investments, co-founder introductions, early job offers. You'd be surprised how many self-made success stories started with a quiet referral. The hidden system isn't always malicious, it's social gravity. People help people they know, invest in people they trust, hire people recommended by friends. And networks cluster around existing success, which means early winners tend to help future early winners. Momentum attracts momentum. Step 4. Risk tolerance. This is the most overlooked variable. Risk isn't just psychological, it's financial. If failing means moving back into a paid-for home, you can take bigger swings. If failing means eviction or family instability, you play defense. Entrepreneurship is romanticized as courage, but courage is easier when your downside is cushioned. The hidden system quietly decides who can afford to take asymmetric bets, and asymmetric bets create outsized outcomes. Now layer these together. Early capital, better information, stronger networks, higher risk tolerance. This creates what looks like exceptional talent, but often it's early acceleration, and acceleration compounds. By the time the second kid finally stabilizes, pays off debt, builds savings, learns investing, the first kid isn't standing still. They're reinvesting gains, leveraging equity, joining new networks. This is how wealth gaps widen without dramatic